A disposable grinder for $250 or trends in modern tools. Meet the flagship, brushless grinder from DeWalt with 1.7 kilobars. As you can see, the grinder is original. The serial number on the box matches the serial number on the grinder itself. And the grinder was made quite recently. We start the show by measuring the RPM. As you can see, they claim 10 to 500 at the 5th position of the regulator. And what do we have in reality? 8,750. That's 1,700 RPM less than the manufacturer claims. Bosch shielded grinder, and this is how the handle looks. Another Bosch shielded grinder. The handle is the same. Metabo without a shield. Handle with anti-vibration. Where is the anti-vibration in DeWalt? There isn't any. Anatomically correct angle. Anatomically correct angle. Anatomically correct angle. 90 degrees. Now I want to change the position of the guard. You see, there's a lever over there, but I can't reach him like a fly. You need to hold the grinder with one hand. Hold that lever and adjust the guard with the other. You all know that the brushless motor is a large neodymium powerful motor, and it needs to be very well protected from metal dust. And DeWalt seems to have done something about it. You see, there's a mesh here. Although the mesh is quite coarse, a lot of different metal debris can pass through it. And now look on the other side near the regulator. It's just a cave here. And through it, a lot of different dust will just fly in. When the grinder is on, we have one more cave, and when it's off, another one. So friends, these are just the basics. Let's disassemble it now. I'll show you. This is how it looks inside. The stator, electronics, and power cord are all one unit. And if your cord gets damaged here, you'll have to replace everything. And such a repair will cost more than the grinder itself. Now, for example, a brushless Metabo. Unscrew 2 screws. You can use a Torx or a regular flathead screwdriver, which everyone has, and you have access to the power cable. Feel free to replace it. By the way, the mesh here is significantly finer, and there are no gaps near the regulator. The stator is connected to the electronics with connectors here. If something happens with the electronics, you can repair the electronics while the stator remains in place. At the same time, let me show you again, DeWalt has no connectors, and you will have to replace everything with the stator. Now let's look at the rotor, which has already absorbed metal dust. All this black stuff. This is the metal dust that has stuck to it. And now let's look further. The bearing. You see a small high-tech bearing. And do you know what will happen when it fails? That's right. You'll have to buy a new motor because you won't find such a bearing anywhere. And now look at the stator. Everything is black here on the coils and here on the plastic. All of this is metal dust. And the grinder, as you can see, essentially barely worked. In my opinion, a couple of weeks of working with metal in the mode of an industrial grinder, turning it on in the morning and off in the evening, and the grinder will be done for. Because right now, as you can see, it's standing. Essentially, it hasn't been working and there's already a pile of dust. It will start to rub somewhere, short circuit somewhere, heat up somewhere, and the grinder will break down. You'll have to replace everything, even the plug. Well, now let's take a look inside the Metabo. You can see how the stator is shielded here. Basically, nothing can get in here. I can't see the windings because they are covered with resin, compound, and varnish. Absolutely everything. And on this side, of course, it's sealed. Now take a look at the rotor of the used Metabo grinder. There's no dust at all. The bearing is a regular one. If it wears out, you can go to the store, replace it, and it's not a problem. Now I'll explain why there can't be any dust on the Metabo rotor in principle. You see, here we have polished aluminum, and on this side we have a Teflon ring. So the motor is completely sealed, and so you can take a better look at the details. Here you go, please. Yes, friends, but let's not laugh. I'm comparing the size of the rotors of a 1.7 kilowatt grinder and a 2 kilowatt grinder. Well, it's just crazy, almost twice the size. Honestly, friends, I'm really disappointed. If just yesterday, DeWalt was a benchmark of power tools for me, today I have realized and shown you that this is not the case. It's very unfortunate, friends, but today we live in times where everything is becoming disposable. Warranty period, it has served its time. And off to the dump it goes, like the Mercedes cars, nowadays with such small engines. Turbocharged, chipped, but only 100,000. You just take the engine and throw it away. It's not repairable, just like this DeWalt.